I am against the government takeover on the school board of directors. I also support in principle Spencer Krog and Tamer Bribson. But I'm also a man of God, and I'm also in the military. I'm a United States Army recruiter. And I just came from Mississippi about 5 months ago. So I work directly with the counselors, the teachers, and also the students. Now, how is it that 2 universities in Mississippi take away their ACT requirements to do placement testing? Because our students can't get left behind, or shouldn't be left behind, can't pass the basic testing. I think it's much more than where the money is going, because I think, why would a student want to learn if all they do is go home to a hole in their floors? Why would a student want to learn if they don't see the purpose behind that education? We do, because we're older. But how are you going to tell a 10-year-old, 11, 12, and so on, who goes home every day to parents who are on drugs, so on and so forth? We know what the problem is. It is no different from Mississippi to Wisconsin, which is my big surprise, because I did go to elementary, middle, and South Division High School graduate here. So I know the difference. But now I come back after 18 years, there is no difference. What is it to say that Mississippi is on the same education level as Milwaukee, Wisconsin?
Come on now.
That's pitiful. We do not need a government takeover, because we're really fighting against freedom to slavery. If we have this government takeover, I don't care what kind of government, we are basically saying to Martin Luther King and all those who walked, who got shot in his chest, he did that in vain. We do not need this to happen. Now, I'm too new to know the details behind this government, but I can say this: as a man who's in the military, I will give my life for my country, but I am not going to give my life to no, if you take away the democracy and make this a communism.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm not going to preach to the choir. Most of the people here, if not all of the people here, are genuinely concerned about what's going on in our public school system. But I hear about what we're not for or what we are for, but I don't hear no solutions. When I took natural science as a 4th grader in Milwaukee Public Schools, the first thing they taught us is that a human being needs food, shelter, and clothing in order to live. So if you need food, shelter, and clothing in order to live, how much more so do you need in order to be educated? $10 million? I think the budget that we got right now is more than enough money to get these kids to learn. When I was in school, all a good teacher needed was a blackboard, a piece of chalk, and the imagination of their students. But you can't imagine about Socrates or atoms and neutrons if your stomach is touching your back. Now, Duncan and President Obama, what they're talking about, the school system needs to be shut down. Because even though I'm against Tom Barrett taking over the school system, it's no vote of confidence for the school board over the last 20, 30 years. Something needs to be done. And I'm not casting stones, but look at what we're producing. And what we're producing is an inferior product. And so when we talk about the decline of the school system, it's going hand in hand with our community. The thing, I guess, that I would like to highlight is that as a Milwaukee public school system, and this is a vote of confidence to Mayor Barrett, when he was the congressman for the 5th District, he set up a program called Tom's Barrett Youth Advisory Committee, where through scheduled Saturdays, he would have kids who stayed in the 5th District come to places like Central Office, to the Milwaukee Public Library. He would give us pizza, and he would ask the kids, what did we think would help the school system and help our district? And I see a lot of people who ain't been in school in a lot of years. If we really want to find out what we need and not what we don't need, them are the people we need to be talking to. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but I will say this. I know that the school board or the mayor or any party's concern is going to be serious when we start talking about not after school programs, for after-home programs. The school is a refuge right now. And we need to start talking about how can we get these kids groomed so they can stop talking about each other so mercilessly. We need to start talking about how we can give them the motivation, as the gentleman from the military said, to appreciate their education. And we need to let them know. We need to stop being politically correct and telling them, yeah, get a good education so you can get a job. We need to tell them they need to get this education because their life is on the line.
That's right.
Mr. President, I tell you, I am just so proud of some of you board members. Y'all have earned more than y'all keep with the hours that we have labored in the vineyard to defeat this evil effort that is underway in our community to undermine the lifeline that we have for so many of our children out of poverty. That these greedy people would now see this as a chance to get their hands on nothing but the dollars in Milwaukee public schools. This takeover has absolutely nothing to do with improving education for these children. And I am ashamed of Tom Barrett, and I am ashamed of Governor Jim Dole and Lena Taylor and Pedro Colon and the rest of the whole dirty bunch of them. Because you know why? For the last 3 years, my job has been an assignment to come and investigate what is happening in Milwaukee public schools. I have sat in this auditorium with very few people on the many lonely nights with these school board directors who got absolutely no help from the mayor or his staff, or Jim Dole, or DPI, or anybody who left us down here with this, man, this is a monstrosity of an issue that we're dealing with. But at the root of it are these children who are real living people. And this is their future that some people would squander away for nothing but political and financial gains. I would have a lot more respect for them if I seen them around here. Let it be noted that there are no TV cameras today. There's no one from the mayor's staff. The mayor's not here. Nobody from the governor's office is here. No one from DPI is here. Why? Because somehow this community has wrestled its voice back. We can speak, we can think. We can find a way out of this dilemma. And I am so proud of this community today because I have been working with people day and night. I was about to have a nervous breakdown right before Thanksgiving because I didn't know one more meeting, one more debate, one more thing about the school board, my head is about to blow up. But we say we do it all because we love these children. And when I looked at all of my little nieces and my grandbabies and everybody playing, I said, you know what? If I leave and I die someday, I want to know that there was at least a good school system to help educate these children around. That's what we fight for. That's why my mother came out today, and my brother came out today, and other colleagues of mine came out today so that our voices could be heard. Do not play with our babies like they are just some commodity like some corn or some tomatoes. They are our children. They are our future. They are the ones who must save us from the, man, it's bad out in our community. It is. I'm on these streets. I go to these funerals. I see these kids who, man, they might live in 3 different places in the same year. No stability. And somehow we have to find a way to educate them. We cannot make any more excuses. We can't. And anybody that says that I've been for the status quo, that means that you just ain't been here. I have wrestled and prayed and got down in here. And a lot of people talk about education. I've seen you guys out there, and I'll wrap up here, Director Bonds, because we got to get back to work soon. But I just want people to know that we didn't take this line down. We beat it. We're going to beat the mayor and the governor. And if the mayor decides to become the governor and pull these type of shenanigans, then I guess maybe we should think maybe not about voting for him. So we got to wrap this up. And I just want to say this to you guys. I am proud of everybody that took time out today to come and sit in this auditorium, to sit here in unity and support this dynamic board. And I just want to give everybody a round of applause from you today for a great job.